Welcome to the Deep Dive. We've got a stack of your sources here today, and we're going to explore a pretty significant legal debate happening in Nigeria.
Yes, focusing on the Indigenous People of Biafra, or Ipob, and their claims about being prescribed.
Exactly. Our mission is to guide you, the learner, through their specific arguments. We'll unpack what they're saying and why these legal distinctions matter so much.
And it's fascinating, really. This whole situation shines a light on, well, fundamental ideas like due process, the right to a fair hearing, things that matter in any legal system.
Especially when a group is challenging an official label, right?
Precisely.
So, okay, the core assertion from IPOB. They're saying, quite firmly, that they were not lawfully declared a terrorist group or a prescribed organization.
Not under Nigerian law nor international law is their claim.
And they're asking the federal government to stop, well, what they call misleading claims about this whole prescription status.
It's a direct pushback against the government's narrative.
And it's not just semantics, is it? It seems to be about the actual legal steps taken, or maybe not taken.
Absolutely. It's about the process. IPOB points specifically to that 2017 ex parte order the government got.
Ah, yes, the ex parte order. Maybe just quickly explain what that means.
Sure. So an ex parte order is basically a court decision made after hearing from only one side without prior notice to the other party.
Right, so IPOB is saying that order obtained that way isn't the same as a full trial or a conviction.
Exactly. They argue it was preliminary, not a final judgment after hearing all sides. That procedural distinction is, well, legally vital for their case.
And this links directly to the Nigerian Constitution, doesn't it? They mention Section 36.
Yes, Section 36 guarantees the right to a fair hearing. It's a cornerstone.
So their argument is getting that order without notice, without evidence being presented where they could challenge it, without a chance for them to defend themselves.
It falls short. It doesn't meet the constitutional requirement for a fair hearing. That's the crux of their constitutional challenge.
Okay, and because they feel this process was flawed, constitutionally flawed.
Well, they've issued a warning. They're cautioning people, media outlets, everyone, against calling them a terrorist organization without a proper court ruling saying so.
A warning backed by potential legal action.
Yes, they've mentioned possibly seeking redress under defamation laws and for violation of constitutional rights. It shows how seriously they view these labels.
It certainly underlines their commitment to fighting this through the legal system.
It seems so. They state quite clearly that no competent court has issued a final judgment, after a full trial that actually prescribes them.
And they're still actively challenging that original ex parte order.
Correct. They're pursuing this in court, even up to the Supreme Court. They seemed determined to follow the legal path.
Another point they make strongly is about language, the terms used.
Yes, they're asking for careful reporting, urging media, for instance, to distinguish between prescribed organization and terrorist group.
Saying they shouldn't be used interchangeably without that solid legal foundation.
Right. They stress their own commitment, as they see it, to peaceful advocacy and legal means, contrasting themselves with groups officially labeled terrorist outfits by, say, global bodies.
It's an argument about precise legal classification, essentially.
And ultimately, their appeal is to the institutions themselves.
Falling on the judiciary, the government, to uphold the Constitution.
To ensure everyone gets that fair hearing, they express confidence that, the truth, as they see it, will emerge through these lawful processes.
So, pulling this together for you, our listener, trying to grasp this quickly, what's the takeaway here? We've dug into IPOB's detailed legal arguments against their prescription.
Yeah, focusing on how they're using core legal principles, due process, constitutional rights to make their case.
It really highlights the mechanics of legal challenges against state actions.
And it raises a broader question for all of us, doesn't it? How do we sort of critically look at official labels, especially when the legal process behind them is still very much active and being debated in the courts?
Like this situation shows, the appeals are ongoing.
It really underscores, I think, the enduring importance of a fair judicial process, making sure all sides are properly heard before final judgments are made.
We hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insight into this complex and ongoing legal conversation in Nigeria.
And perhaps something to think about regarding due process, in all sorts of contexts, not just this one.
Thanks for watching. If you are coming across my channel for the first time, do well to subscribe, comment,